It's like extra delightful today. This is like extra delightful. Bro, it aged like fine wine. That's crazy. I don't think that's ever happened before. Well, no, that's happened before. But like, what a treat. What a nice little treat for me. Okay. I'm just gonna start the video. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Monogatari. Tonight on episode 8 of Koyomimonogatari. So, let me real quick, a little disclaimer thing. Disclaimer's not even the right word. Let me real quick just say, we're gonna not watch the OP for this episode and episode 9 because it's the Otori OP and we're gonna watch that with Otori. I know it's just kind of weird, but that's where we're at in life. So I have versions, of episode 8 and 9 that have the OP taken out. Shout out to the Discord for that. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot the exact person that did that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not even gonna pull it up. It's okay. I appreciate you. That's what matters. Okay, but yeah. So what had happened on the last episode, episode 7 of Koyomimonogatari? So last episode was Tsukihi. It was our Tsukihi episode. The beginning chapter. Well, let me get the comments up. I know it's kind of weird, but I went back and rewatched this chunk, which was Tsukihi's conversation in Nisei 10 about like her relationship with the Fire Sister stuff, because in the chapter, I don't even have the chapter 1 things pulled up. Frick, I'll do that in a second. But in the chapter 1 of Koyomi 7, there was the whole thing of Tsukihi is like flying in the sky as a bird, not an airplane, so not really following a path and just kind of going with the wind kind of deal, right? And that to me, I was like, bro, how are you doing that on top of like using all this logic and that kind of thing, right? On top of like relying on logic, which is kind of a path-based thing, blah, 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 right? That was kind of something I wasn't locked in on. The conversation in Nisei 10 was interesting. I guess I can pull it up really quick. Right here. Where Tsukihi straight up says, right before it, she says, I like justice, I love justice, but I don't really have a clear inner image of it. So in that way, it's like, while Karen has like, justice, my soul is on fire, Tsukihi's just kind of riding that high and then doing her own thing, right? And she even says like, Karen and Tsukihi, or Karen and you, Koyomi, my brother and my sister, that's like what makes her believe in justice, which she kind of even says herself is kind of a fake justice that she herself holds because it's like reliant on other people, and their like passions towards it. There's the toothbrush scene, and that kind of thing. So I think seeing this again was like, okay, yeah, I can see how she does function in a more like just kind of floaty, loosey-goosey way, and that also fits into what we've heard before with like Shinobu, of like, and she says it herself of like oddities are easily influenced by other people. So it's like if you're easily influenced by other things and you're just kind of flying, doing your own thing, not following, you're like being like I don't know. I feel like there's something about being a bird flying through the sky, following like wind currents, and being an oddity. Like those do kind of line up, and just like you're just kind of along for the ride, low key. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having like a strict path kind of thing. So that does make more sense to me now, and I do like that. Let me go to the comments back. So I just wanted to click that. We got a nice little timeline. So we're about to like timeline wise between Tsubasa Tiger and Nadeko Medusa. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, we're getting into like we've hit like the end of our little chunk, with hence why Otori's coming out, or the Otori like chronological ones are coming out. So a couple of points here. This I like. I don't know if I've ever made this connection. I might have made it and then forgot it, but just like the imagery of the OP where Aragi's like freaking straight up Tsukihi's going in his mouth and he's like trying to swallow her. Like that being a metaphor for like swallowing a bitter pill, that just smacks. Like I don't even have more to add because I mean it's pretty self-explanatory. I just like the visual metaphor was not clicking, and so I like that visual metaphor. The covering one of the eyes to like hide a part of himself or close off a way that he views the world is interesting. I do think that's accurate. To like how he functions, so like I totally agree with that. The thing you get into here of like this like I said, Araragi doesn't want to conceptualize his human or his monster self as quote unquote himself, but as roles he has to play, relationships that can only be maintained with lies and placation. That fits to me very well with like that thing I've talked about before of like Araragi doesn't take responsibility for himself, where he's like off loading, he's offloading his like different parts of himself that he's like categorized into these different into these different things. He's categorized them into these things, described them as roles as a way to like offset them off of himself and make it so instead of it being him expressing, it's like something expressed upon him, you know? I.e. roles he has to play. Like, yeah, I totally agree with that. And so making that be the connection to the last episode with Tsukihi of, like, I mean, just straight up the quotes you're saying, right? Everyone believes in the ghost instead of believing in me. It was my attitude that was the ghost. Those are, like, I feel like that's that kind of same thing of, like, the role projection. So, yeah, I can see that connection for sure, and I do like that connection. I guess I'll just post quotes to ponder with no context. We love some pondering. But, yeah. And, yeah, this I agree with as well. For sure. It took me a minute, but I got that right at the end, if I do remember right. So, do you plan on reading the Off/Monster season novels or waiting for their adaptation? I have literally no idea. I have no clue. I know that there is a monster season or whatever, or like I guess not out, but like I know that of that as a thing. Please, Mr. Pink. No, but like it kind of, I mean, once we hit the end of, like, once we're, like, in the last little chunk, I mean, we're kind of approaching the end-ish of the anime adaptation current of, like, Monogatari, and I have really liked the anime adaptation, so I guess it would be a question of, like, when are they going to be adapted? Is it, like, do we know when they're going to be adapted? Because, like, I'm good to wait if there's, like, a wait, but if there's, like, zero information, then, like, maybe we'll have to figure something out. But, yeah, so I'll get back to that at one point. This I like specifically of like basically Tsukihi is Araragi's recklessness and immortality maybe. Yeah, I mean it's almost like recklessness or like it's almost like a carefree thing a little bit, which is like a word I would attach to recklessness. Just with that little Nisei 10 thing I just watched of like her just being like, it's just justice. I mean I'm easily influenced. That's like I mean even her saying like I have my own justice is fake, and I'm like relying on my brother and my sister's like passions for justice to be like the reason I care. That is almost even similar to the whole this stuff of where was it? But as roles he has to play, where it's like it's like Tsukihi is like verbally accepting and proclaiming that she like or largely what she is like something that's been influenced upon, right? And so. And then Araragi, I think, uses that as, like, an escape hatch of sorts, you know? So, I think that has, like, a big connection for sure. And then the immortality connection, like, is easy, right? Because vampire, like, all of Araragi and immortality, and Tsukihi's obviously immortal, or, like, I mean, she literally got boing, and then she was fine, right? That was, like, the entire point of Tsukihi Phoenix. So... I think that totally is, like, the intended connection, and it's just, like, what can we draw out of that? You know, the recklessness, I think, is a fun angle. Maybe Karen is Araragi's justice-ness, and horny? Sure. The contrarian thing is funny as well. So, he's Kaiki. You know what I mean? Kaiki's a contrarian. I'm probably reading into that way too much, but it's just kind of funny of, like, if he straight up says, like... If he admits internally that he's just doing things to be a contrarian, like Kaiki's the contrarian of the what are they, specialists, right? I almost called them balancers again, but Kaiki's literally the contrarian of them. So like that's even if we want to like try to continue the Kaiki Araragi connection, I mean just throw that in the bucket, right? So I do like that. In Nisei Monogatari, Tsukihi said she went along with Karen about the Fire Sisters thing, even though she wasn't as invested as her. Yep. We checked that episode just now, so good call. Tsukihi saying that she would let herself be deceived reminds me of Deko telling the same line to Kaiki at the end of Koi. True. Great minds thinking alike right there. So, yeah, and I like the here of like monsters can't exist without self-deception. And Araragi self-deceiving, right? I almost like the word like self-deception fits very well in this context. I almost want to throw the word like self-delusion too, whereas like you're because I mean, and that's more of like an Adeko thing of she like it's like there's like a level of self-deception that gets so extreme that's just it's like she's delusional, right? Like Nadeko was delusional during her arc, so I almost want to throw in like a level of self-delusion too to just like push it a step more extreme, and like change the connotations a bit. But I do self-deception I do think fits really well. So yeah, agreed. Okay. Listen, I said that she should get a bed, right? Hanakawa, in this scene right here.
Hanako, ask for a...
Who? Your futons get folded in closets? I never knew that. No, listen to me. Who does that? Japanese people fold them up? That's so much work. Bro, every single day I climb out of bed and I get rid of my bed. What if I'm trying to lay down? I get home from work, I get home from school, and I'm tired. What, I have to unfold my bed? Why can't I? It's not like she's got other stuff in the room. It's not like she's desperate for space in her room. Just leave it unfolded, man. What are you doing folding your bed? What, in the closet? Okay. That's just me coping because I took that out. And let's go, Miss Ring. Thank you very, very, very much. But yeah, just crazy to me conceptually. So let me just pull up. I think I have episode. This is Nisei 10. Let me go to episode 6 in a second. Brum, brum, brum. Oh my goodness, I lost it because my file management is garbanzo beanzo. Okay, 6. Well, this is 6. So 6, we did look at it for a second. That was Koyomi Tree. The boob, rock wall, and such. 7, I'm gonna just do a little bit of a scroll just to make sure there's nothing that... Yeah, like the dark pill in the mouth. Dang. I had the random thought the other day, and this is definitely completely crack, but the shot of the tree outside the window, like, what, like it's like the tree is looking in at... through the window of the self into monster. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's at all a thing, but I feel like there could be some sort of crazy reading of like some situation, because like they play with this stuff so much, where there's like barriers, there's windows, this tree is on the outside of the house. So is this like if you're literally smoking like 7 packs a day, then you might be like, oh, this tree is on the outside of the house because Aragi, represented by the tree, feels that he is like his true self is outside of the house, and that the Aragi that we see within the house is just the role of Aragi that he's playing in this instance, i.e. the stage director that is done in the visual metaphor. Wherever that happens. Yeah, like right here. When she's like doing the play thing, and it's like he's supposed to be directing her and advising her. Like that's the role she wants him to play, but the true Aragi is on the outside, or some... I know, it's crazy, but I just love that shot, so, it got me going. Or even like this shot, like this random pillar is in the way dividing them. And I mean, that's just like... You can read it into that, but it's also just like, here they're not divided, right? So it's like... it very well is just like, it looks, it's a visually entertaining and visually interesting thing, so it doesn't always have to be some sort of crazy visual metaphor, though it definitely can be. It definitely can be. Right, and then the important thing that we did get at the very end is that her being like, I'll let myself fall for it, could be both to... Well, in reality, it's to Aragi's message, most likely, right? But it's like a double... Is double entendre or entendre? Is that how you use this thing? I don't know. It has 2 meanings, right? Where it's... As much as it's I'll fall for the story you're telling me, it's also I'll fall for the club members. Well, okay, now let me reiterate. It's like, as much as I would fall for the club members that you're saying like, oh, they're tricking you, blah, blah. As much as she's saying I'll fall for that, she's also saying, oh, but I'll really be falling for the entire thing that you're discussing, right? The very proclamation that I'm being tricked into kind of tricked by my tea club mates, that very declaration I'll fall for. So that I liked. Of course, that was Pog. But it actually was my attitude that was the ghost, huh? But the funny, like, it's she herself is like letting herself fall for it. Like, I'll let the tea be muddied. Man, it's like we got one half that is like justice, black, white, blah, blah, blah. And then the other half that's like this, like, I actually don't care that much. I'll let it be muddied. I'll let the lies occur. I'll let the self-delusion take place, And so if, like, how do those two things clash or, like, fit together? In the Fire Sisters, they've been functioning because Karen is too, kind of blinded by passion and stuff. That's not like she's, like, introspecting and trying to, like, figure out if Tsukihi's heart is in it. You know, she doesn't care. And then Tsukihi's just along for the ride, having a good time. But, like, what if you put both those things into the same person, you know? How could they function? Araragi? Hello, hello? Yeah. And thank you, Kambaru, for literally clarifying it at the end. She literally looks at the camera and just tells us. That's crazy to me, Kambaru. But yeah, let's jump into Koyomi 8. Let's jump into Koyomi 8. I have been... Oh, wait, no. I have to do, Let me pull up chapter 1. Sorry. I forgot. Okay, I got it up. Page 1.jpg. Let's look at it. 3, 2, 1, bye. Koyomi Mountain. Mountain. What are we doing with a mountain? We are climbing it. We are a mountain out of a molehill. We are geological formation. Okay, the geological tectonic plates that create the mountains. It's like, where did this mountain come from? But really, it was a natural process that occurred. That's our message. I don't know. Let's go. What do we got? Who the heck is that? Is that supposed to mean... Who is that? 8, right? This is 8? Yeah, and I'm on 8. I mean, it looks like Ougi's outfit, but Ougi doesn't have white hair. Right? Well, I mean, it's just... I know it's the female outfit, but I feel like Ougi is the one that has the big... Oh, this is like a crazy mountain thing or something. Ougi has like the... I feel like Ougi has the big palm shoulders, you know? Because it's not like Nadeko. She's not a snake anymore. Well, I guess she could be in this flashback thing, but like this isn't snake hair. This is normal hair, and this isn't Black Hanakawa because Black Hanakawa has been immersed into freaking Ultra Giga Chat Hanakawa. So whomst? I swear, if Araragi's like, hey Ougi, what do you think the roads to life are? That's gonna be insane. That's gonna be too much. No. You can't be doing that. Too much. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, let's see. I think they're probably about to test 11th of November. Ah! What would Ougi Yoshino... Bro, look how they spell Ougi. Ogo-I. That's crazy. Okay, dude. Why is Ougi's hair white? Huh? Bro, that's scary. What? I don't even want to read this. Why is it white? Change. Black and white. Was black, now white. I have no idea. Is that even her hair? I don't even know. What? Okay. I'll read it. No, it's a pretty long one, too. What would Ougi Yoshino have to say about roads? I've yet to hear her, this niece of Meme Yoshino. Is it Meme or Meme? I never know. I'm just going to say Meme. This niece of Meme Yoshino's say much of anything on the subject. Intersections and traffic lights, sure, but she's kept mum on the topics of roads themselves. Well, she may have made some offhand remark about them in the course of one of our idle chats, but if she did, I don't recall it. Her words have a strange way of disappearing from my memory. And not just her words, her behavior, her appearance, they're all difficult for me to retain. Gone with the wind. Just like a rumor after 75 days, everything pertaining to her vanishes as if it had never been there. However, we did have a conversation that I do remember. Not about roads, not about roadways, but about road construction. Like the tectonic plates forming a mountain. It wasn't even all that recently, and yet I remember it like it was yesterday. Araragi-senpai, sorry if I sound political, but in our society, roads mainly seem to be a means of creating jobs and stimulating the economy, don't they? With all the maintenance, repairs, and construction? Okay. That's what she said. She, Ougi Yoshino, in an all-knowing tone that reminded me of her missing uncle. A philosophical tone quite unlike what you'd expect from a high school student. And your junior to boot, though her resigned air did set it apart from Yoshino's brand of incisiveness. The desire to balance good and evil, positive and negative, light and dark. On the other hand, her insistence on maintaining neutrality. That was Yoshino to a tree. To a T. Tree. Not so much a space for walking or running, the engineering project itself is what makes a road a road. Oh. The maintenance, the creating. Okay. I'm seeing it. Interesting. The maintaining of a road is what makes it a road. In the modern world, the goal of roadways lies in the very act of opening up the path. Like, not for the point of having a path, but the action of opening the path. Like, building the road. It's like living for the sake of being alive, she went on. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I like that. Even if it's a road that not a single person will ever walk down, it doesn't matter. The act of creating a road where there wasn't one before is enough to give it meaning. Building a road that no one will ever walk down. Building a road that no one will use. A tree falling in a forest, but it doesn't make a sound. And then we're building it when it goes to seed or falls apart as many times as is necessary. Repairing it ad infinitum. Filling in every crack that opens. Washing away whatever filth collects. Maintaining it as a road. There it is, yeah. What do you think, Araragi-senpai? Do you think it's meaningless to build a road that no one will walk down? To build a road that no one will walk down. Such a road. Do you think it's meaningless? Maybe you do at that, Araragi-senpai. After all, my uncle tells me you've got a tendency to look for too much meaning in everything. But I'm not saying that it's meaningless. I'm just saying that it's wrong. Wrong? Did she mean wrong as in different or wrong as in mistaken? I couldn't tell, so I didn't answer her question and instead turned it around on her. What do you think? Was it or was it not meaningless to build a road that no one will walk down? Grinning cheerfully, she, Ougi Oshino, was all too happy to answer my question. Unfortunately, as to what the answer was, I have absolutely no recollection, you little rat, bro. Araragi, write these things down. This is kind of important. After all, my uncle tells me, but I'm not saying it's meaningless, I'm just saying it's wrong. Huh. What do you think, Araragi? Do you think it's meaningless? I'm just saying it's wrong. Why is it wrong to build a road that no one will walk down? That's what you're saying? Because I'm just saying that it's wrong. Wrong. And then he wants to clarify as in different or as in mistaken, but he doesn't remember the answer. He's straight up forgetting, bro. He's forgetting because it's like some sort of crazy thing with himself, right? Like, so you're gonna forget, like, it's in the same way that he like self-deludes, self-deceives, blah, blah, blah. He's like self-censoring certain messages that he's talking to his other self about or something, right? Like, right? You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, this is another variant of Araragi, or like some part of Araragi that's like been expunged from his being, and so like he's talking to it. But then, whenever it says something that's, like, too true, he immediately censors it, like, even subconsciously. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna forget it. Omega lol, now I don't have to deal with it. Just like we were talking about, with Shinobu, Senjugahara, just like we were talking about with Senjugahara, with the thing where they were, like, where it was Araragi and Senjugahara outside of the school after the new fencing got put up or whatever. And Senjugahara was like, we're just gonna have to forget this. Like, we can't even keep this a secret. That's what Araragi's doing. He's self-deceiving, bro. From Oshino Ougi's information, because Oshino Ougi is Araragi. Okay. Let's calm it. Dude, wrong. Okay, wrong isn't different or wrong isn't mistaken. I would almost guess both. It is different, and that's what makes it mistaken. Huh? What about that, right? That, like, you know what I mean? Where, like, Ougi's like, oh, the different is the bad. Ougi is racist? Consider the following. I mean, like, somewhat as a joke, but, like, I mean the racism as a joke, but, like, in terms of actual, like, just being wrong isn't different or wrong isn't mistaken, I could see her combining the terms, in which case, for Araragi to think, like, different is wrong would be the thing that he omits. Why would he omit that? Why would he omit? Assuming that this was intentional to forget, in some level. Not even intentional, but just... Well, intentional on, like, a subconscious level, I guess you could say, though that's kind of a weird contradiction. But assuming there's, like, some sort of, like, Araragi drive to do this, to forget this information, why? Like, what answer would Ougi give that Araragi would want to forget on some level? I feel like saying something as extreme as both would, because then that's, like, attaching two things, would maybe be enough, but that's, I don't know, it's an interesting place. To build a road that no one will walk down, such a road do you think is meaningless? And Ougi says it's wrong. I would assume Ougi means wrong as in different. Like mistake, or no, as in mistaken. Like, wrong and different are very different terms. Like even in the way I use it, like if you replace wrong and say, like, wrong and different are very wrong terms, wrong and different are very different terms. Like, different and wrong mean very different things, where, like, wrong, like the synonyms between wrong and mistaken, like, click a lot better for me than wrong and different. Though I can kind of see, like, there is an important clarification, like, I do get what's being done, but so I would lean towards just mistaken if I had to choose. In which case, building a road that no one will walk down, it's like you're investing effort. It's better to not invest the effort. Or why is that wrong? Ougi, I just want to sit down in a room and talk. Even if it's a road that not a single person will ever walk down, it doesn't matter. The act of creating a road where there wasn't one before is enough to give it meaning. But then why are you saying it's wrong? But I'm not saying it. What is happening? mp4directs.com? Where am I? No, go back. Oh, I clicked this link on accident. Okay. No. Maybe you do. Sorry. Ougi is in my computer, bro. Okay. Do you think it's meaningless to build a road that no one walked down? But okay. The thing that's crazy to me right here is Ougi says, freaking Ougi, leave it to Ougi. The act of creating a road where there wasn't one before is enough to give it meaning. Which is cool. I like that idea. The act of, like, the process of creation is meaningful in and of itself, right? It, like, the mean is the end, right? The mean of creation is kind of the end of creation. Create for creation's sake, right? Write a book for the sake of writing a book. Live life for the sake of living life. F-we ball for the purpose of F-ing it, we ball in it. Okay. But then, so she says that, and then she goes, to build a road that no one will walk down, that's wrong. But I'm not saying it's meaningless, I'm just saying that it's wrong. Oh, okay, that's the distinction. Okay, I'm missing meaningless versus wrong. So it's the wrong kind of meaning. You catch my drift? Because it's not that, like, building a road where there wasn't one before is enough to give it meaning, but it could be wrong, even if it has meaning, right? It's not meaningless, it's wrong. Okay, now we're cooking with gas, because that would be like, okay, if you put a road where there isn't supposed to be a road, then we have a problem, which is then us defining where should there be roads, where shouldn't there be roads. And that, I think, is where Ougi's, like, starting to, like, come down on people and be like, oh, there shouldn't be a road here. I'm going to push you into traffic and kill you. And by that, I mean I'm going to turn you into a snake god, basically, right? Like Ougi punishing liars, Ougi punishing Araragi, though it had a weird, like sadism / like, deserving element when we saw that last. But the whole act of, like, punishment there is to punish the roads that are meaningfully incorrect. Yeah, but in why are they incorrect is the question, right? Like, what makes a road incorrect? Is it incorrect because it's, like, does its difference make it incorrect? Does, like, it, like, being separate from a commonly accepted, like, I don't know, societal thing or whatever? Or is it mistaken in some other way, you know? It's an interesting question. Meaningless to build a road that no one will walk down. Was all too happy to answer my question. It's crazy because Araragi's just posing it back to Ougi, you know, which is, that just feels nefarious. That feels so scary to me. Why does Ougi have white hair? What is about to happen in this next arc, bro? What is about to happen in this next arc? Dude, does Ougi have white hair now? Am I smoking crack? Maybe it's something about Ougi that's happening when Nadeko's doing her things, and that's why there's the white hair. You know, maybe that could be the case. But no, Nadeko doesn't wear that uniform. Ougi, did you put on a wig? Are you pretending to be? Are you, like, cosplaying? Ougi cosplays as other characters. The shapeshifter Ougi comes back. Shapeshifter Ougi theory from, like, way long ago. Huh. And then, yeah. So that on top of the whole element of retaining is really crazy to me. Okay, well, that's the most terrifying person that we could have asked about roads. So I'm glad we got to do that. Thanks, Araragi. I say let's just jump into episode 8. I think I'm ready. I'm going to take a swig from my Dr. Pepper cream soda, which it is cracking right now. I don't know why it's so good. Very nice. But yeah, let's jump into this Koyomi Mountain calendar story. Should be so very exciting. And without further ado, episode 8, let's get this going in a 3, a 2, a 1. Bam! Also, I gotta put my Dr. Pepper somewhere else. There we go. Mountain Frost. Chapter 2. We're there. Dude, Ougi's having such a good time. Explain to me, the audience, please, Ougi. Please, Ougi, please. She may have done so, and I'm carelessly forgetting it. Oof. Oh, mountain. Yeah, that's a good point as well, with the mountains. How? Forcibly bringing together unrelated things produces conflict, though, right? Like the conflict between the Karen and Tsukiki mentalities or something. Bro. We're fine. Dang, why are you getting romantical with him? I'm here to fix that mistake. Oh, the slip. The slip from Oshino, yeah. I remember the slip. Just barely a tentative balance has been attained. Oh, Ougi's like, dang, this is kind of OP. Okay. Then what do we need to fix here? Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah. I forget the name of the arch. The time travel. Ougi climbing. Like a monkey or maybe a cat. Like a Kombudu or maybe a Hanakawa. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Sure. Oh, yeah. Yep, I was about to say. Molting, right? Wait, is someone the skin left behind? Who is the skin? Is someone metaphorically a skin, brew? That'd be crazy. Surely, yeah, surely. Calling Kiss Shot a typhoon is funny. She do be kind of a natural disaster. Bro, Ougi is the shed skin of Oshino. Imagine. That'd be funny. Okay. Preventative measure. Okay. What if you could move a mountain? Let's see. What do you mean by transferred? Like picked up? Or like just like rebuilt, you know? Incarnation. I assume just built. Okay, no, that's the question. Okay, so that is the question. All right, cool. Yeah. I have no idea. That's yeah. Or the Amish people, they just pick it up. What do you mean? It does make it easier to carry. Oh. I mean, I'd rather carry one lumber piece than the entire thing up here. You know what I'm saying? But sure, yeah. Minimum. Something truly odd. No? Huh? What's this white snake of the north nonsense? You little rat. Hello, Sengoku. They didn't do any large... Okay. Yeah. This is true. Bro, it's like Sengoku forgetting stuff too. Just like it's like similar to Araragi forgetting stuff. Oh. Good point. Oh, I get it now. Okay, dude. Yeah. Relocation was an implication that like threw us off, right? Yeah, that's exactly what like yeah. Corpse, I mean bodies of worship. Yeah, why would you bring the old and grubby shrine? Like the spirit of the shrine can come with you, I guess. Well, that is the question. As long as it, yeah. Oh, she got the band on. I see. I wonder if it will ever be rebuilt. I wonder. That is the question. That was wrong. It wouldn't be born. It would continue? Faith and oddities continue to exist. Bro, this one's cooking so hard. Kuchinawa. Oh, you said it. Stupid. Good, bad, I had no way of knowing that. In any case, at some point. True. And it could be again, depending on what happens. And then it almost was. And who's to say it still is not going to be? Till the day I had no choice but to use it. Dude! I just paused that. Wait, let me actually play this. Ougi, man, what are you yapping about? Ougi, I don't get it, Ougi. What are you talking about? What do you mean the shrine is what brought you here? The balance of the town? Is that what you mean? Because I guess. I mean, that's what I would kind of assume. That's what it's kind of represented there. But like, what, you know? And I guess you could say like Ougi as a projection of like a justice or whatever, like a thing that corrects things that are incorrect, right? So like something that makes corrections is a form of justice, right? So Ougi would care about the thing that is the gathering place for the bad, or you know, like the mountain, it like carries a significance there, of course. So I guess Ougi would care about that. I need to see exactly what Ougi said on that again. Ononoki just swings on him. Ononoki, stop. Wait, did the lyrics change? Am I smoking? Hey. Carrying our hopes and dreams in the basket is the future we heard so many rumors about. It might be a different translation. We might have different... It's the future we heard so many rumors about, a nice place to be. Even if we ask our extending shadows about it. Ooh, ask the shadow? We'll still be none the wiser. Ask the extending shadow, aka ask Ougi, bro. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Or maybe not. Okay. Hey, you tell him. You tell him. Okay, Ougi. Just again from the start. Run it back. Entire episode. Run it back. Run it back. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. So gods reside. Makes sense. That makes sense. That's where Sengoku did her thing. That's like the shrine. You know, got you there. I consider it to be my main field or something like that. So the place where gods reside is your main field. You care about the Mucho Man on top. Why? What part of the god do you care about? I assume it's the arbiter of like what's right and wrong, right? As like the judgment figure, you know? But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, what other things could be prescribed to like the god figure that Ougi would care about? Well, say that again. Say that again, you little rat. Mountains are, well, how should I put it, somewhat similar to oddities. So it's my specialty. Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, what does our little myth say? What is our little parable of moving the thing? Where it's not that we're moving something from A to B, it's that we're rebuilding it in B with fresh materials and carrying over the spirit of A to B, maybe with a few relics or something, right? So, because just straight up moving, I mean, is it like growing up? I mean, that's kind of a random idea, but like you could maybe spin it as like there's a necessary like paradigm shift in growing up, you know, from childhood to adulthood or whatnot, and trying to carry the exact ideals, aka the shrine, from childhood to adulthood would require an extreme amount of like path carving that would be damaging, whereas instead carrying just the spirit over from A to B, and building something new and something clean and something, you know, new, but with the spirit of the previous thing would be like the better way to do it. Like, that's an interpretation. Not sure if that's what Ougi's talking about. I don't want to carry up the lumber piece by piece. I just get new lumber, forehead. Bro, they're playing with me with some of this. Yeah, nothing. Okay. You can say that. Give me this again. Ougi, spit. Simply the intelligence of humans. If you asked me, it was a moving. That was quite an. Why was this an annoyance? Why is it an annoyance, Ougi? White? What's this white snake of the north nonsense? I don't think we've heard that terminology before. White snake of the north? And then it had like a flash up of white. White does that mean? White does that mean? You know? Well, because like white snake of the north, I mean, freaking Sengoku, you know, the snakes are all white, so like that's that. But like that specific framing of it coming from Ougi, I don't know why the significance of that framing, which is crazy. Give me more Ougi dialogue. Okay, so and the OP was cut out, bro. You see the way she leaps at him like this? Here to fix it. Okay. There were mistakes in the... Let me just run this back. A shrine was placed up here. It's weird, because like Ougi accepts that a tentative balance was reached with Oshino and the thing, the marker. But that ain't enough for Ougi. You know, Ougi ain't happy with just that. Ougi's even fine. Like Ougi would like preventative measures, right? Ougi straight up like says some of that later. So that distinction is very different. Like, I feel like Ougi's, like, even willing to shake things up in order to try to, like, shake something up that's okay, you know? Like, because, like, she accepts that there's a tentative good balance, but she also has put the moves in action with Sengoku to disrupt that. So, like, it being balanced isn't Ougi's end goal, because it like Ougi also wants like a deeper stability, I guess. But like to what end? Yeah, putting together unrelated things produces conflict, though, right? Please ignore that. Huh? And the shedding of the skin? Whose skin is getting shed? Mine? I'm here to fix that mistake. Fix the thing of the past? Which needs endlessly redoing. There were mistakes at the initial stages. So now it needs to be endlessly redone. The shrine being built on the mountain was a mistake. She's here to correct the mistake. Huh? I mean, I see that you are correcting the mistake by doing Sengoku. Like not in that way, but you know what I mean? So I can see that. To what end? What are you planning in your little noggin? Like I get, punish the liars. Like I get that. But what makes this a lie? You know what I'm saying? What makes this shrine being here a lie? Is it part of the A to B thing of the moving of it? Where like, is that the issue? Because she says that was a great annoyance later. Over here, she's like, that's the annoyance of it. It's because of that I came to this town. What's with this white snake of the north nonsense? What are you smoking? What? I just don't get Ougi, bro. Ougi's just the craziest thing to me. I don't know. There's something crazy going on under the surface constantly with this little rat. And stop speaking in parables. Araki, stop forgetting things, bro. I need to understand you, bro. If you ask me, it was a moving that was an extreme annoyance. What was wrong with the moving? Why was that annoying? What makes that moving? What makes that annoying? You don't even explain why it was annoying. We explain how the moving occurred, where it was like a, just a reconstruct, like a separate construction. Let me get this dialogue again. Rebuilt. What would happen to Ougi's so-called balance if we were to rebuild the shrine? Ougi's balance? You mean Oshino's balance? Because Ougi's balance, like, what do you mean Ougi's balance? Oshino's balance is the tentative balance that's holding it together. Is that Hoomst? Is that what you mean? Well, I wonder if it will ever be rebuilt. What happened to Ougi's so-called balance? Without any visitors to the shrine. To rebuild a shrine with no god. To rebuild a shrine with no god. I mean, that's kind of the bars. I mean, because, Sengoku's saying this because she wants Kuchiyanawa to, like, show up because of the whole Otori thing going on. So, like, no god, yes, but the intent is for the god to show up, Yeah, what sort of faith would be born there? Though I guess it's her own self-delusion, right? Because it's like that's just what she thinks, but that's her own delusion because in reality, like, she is the faith that would be born there, right? It's not like the snake god is actually showing back up, it's like she's taken that. Or like gave it a revival. So what conclusion do you come to? What sort of faith would be born there? That was wrong. It wouldn't be born. It would continue. Faith and autos continue to exist. They're immortal. She's such a rat. Stop being, Okay, dude. In any case, at some point, something that could destroy the balance of our town. I mean, agreed. And I have a bad premonition, too. And it's Ougi. Ougi's the bad premonition. All my fear goes into Ougi. And it wasn't long until... Okay, and his premonition is that he's worried about the talisman having to be used. Though, little does he know it's going to happen in, like, 10 minutes, low-key, with Sengoku using it. Yeah, I'm so stuck on why Ougi... Like, what the connection this moving of the shrine analogy has to do with Ougi. Well, okay, like shedding of the skin. It's almost like a shedding of the skin, right? Where a new skin, like the previous skin has been cast aside and the new skin has been done. So like it's kind of like that because the old shrine has been abandoned and the new one has been constructed. So that connects the shrine thing to the snakes and the shedding and like an immortality of sorts there. Incarnation, like a reincarnation type immortality. So I get that. But Ougi, my little Og, are you Oshino's reincarnation? And I don't think so. That wouldn't make sense. That would be crazy. I don't know. Is someone a reincarnation? Hararagi is the reincarnation of Kishot's first minion. Smoking absolutely bangers. Okay, no, that doesn't make any sense. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah, this incarnation thing has just got me bamboozled. And it's like, if we have a tentative balance strike... I mean, there's entirely... And I guess this might be my concluding thing, because your boy's flustered. Your boy's mad flustered on this one. These ones are... Dude, all of Koyomi is so, like, parable. You know? It's weird, because they, like, even explain it, but the significance of it isn't necessarily given, right? Even if they explain, like, how the analogy functions, that doesn't tell us why the analogy was used. That's where I'm getting stuck, right? But, like, there's something interesting to me about the... like, Ougi not caring that, like, oh, even if things are in balance right now, we need to have countermeasures so that they won't become imbalanced later, right? Like, I think my uncle was being naive here. This entire chunk. But if another oddity visited, there'd be no countermeasures for that. So it's like future-proofing. Which is an interesting, like... comparison or distinction from Araragi, who, with all the calendar stuff and the suffocated by time stuff, like how future thinking is Araragi, you know? So, I mean, this is obviously completely future thinking. I believe we should form a countermeasure for the gathering place itself for the next time. Without a gathering place, there would be no place for the bad things to gather. Right. That'd be a bad thing, though, right? Wouldn't we want there to be a place for it to gather? Because if not, then if they don't gather anywhere, then what's good? Like, where... I feel like them gathering somewhere might not be a bad thing. Like, that's almost like them going where they're supposed to go, you know? But I'm not sure. And then Araragi says, like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? Oh, mega lol. Because it's the question of, like, okay, if we want to change the gathering points, we can't just move the shrine. And then Ougi says, oh, but they did. They reconstructed it. She brings up a historical example. That's why the analogy was brought up. Okay. What does that mean, though? So, I guess, could we even, like... I don't know. It's like, is there like a new age of balance incoming in this town for that? Like in the same way that this shrine has gone to ruin, and like Oshino has given it like a patch job to, you know, make sure it doesn't fully collapse. Make it like, is there like a new shrine of some sort that can be made, or that like Ougi's trying to make, instead of like revitalizing the old one by putting a new god into it? Like, instead of having Shinobu. Or not, Shinobu or Sengoku, like, godify or deify this one location. What if we just built a new shrine? Because that is saying that it can be moved. The gathering place can be changed. Though that doesn't, like, countermeasure-wise. And then Ougi just starts flexing understanding the history of this place on Araragi and on me, the audience member, by, like, completely saying the whole, like, building stuff. Yeah. It's an interesting little, like, gotcha. It's a very interesting gotcha to throw in, not like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to cook with this one, I think. This one is cook worthy. This one, it's like I'm like trying to shove it in the microwave and it doesn't fit, so I'm preheating the oven, okay? Microwave didn't work. Preheating the oven. Freaking Ougi. Leave it to Ougi to just always throw me off, bro. Leave it to the Oagster. Yeah. Dang. Okay, well, I think that's all I got then for this one. Episode 8 of Koyomimonogatari. On to the next episode 9. Freaking Ougi. Man, number 9. Who are we going to do with number 9? And why was the hair white? I mean, I guess that was... Why was the hair white in the chapter 1? That's such a crazy thing. Because it looked like Ougi's hair, but it might not have been then. They got me worried. Frick. What a little mystery. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I got for this one. Episode 8 of Monogatari, Koyomimonogatari. On to the next episode 9, of course. If you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, blah, blah. Comment below if you have anything to say, or join the Discord and talk to me, other Koyomimonogatari fans there. But until then, until next episode, that's all I got for tonight. I will, of course, be seeing you then. Peace.